Hi, this is Victor. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on Proposition 47. This is specifically made for Kern County, but the information should be applicable to most counties throughout California. The presentations by me, Victor Vivier. The outline and instructions are by attorney Roger Lampkin. You can learn more about me and other programs that I do at 661justice.com. Let's get right into it. Proposition 47 reduces certain felonies to misdemeanors. It does not restore gun rights. It generally applies to minor drug charges, small value theft charges, and repeat offender crimes. Minor drug charges: persons convicted of under the influence, possession of concentrated cannabis, or simple drug possession. Felonies can be reduced to misdemeanors. Small value thefts, it's the $950 question. If the crime involves theft and the value is $950 or less, it probably can be reduced under Proposition 47. That is generally persons convicted of what is now considered shoplifting. Shoplifting is entering a commercial establishment with intent to commit larceny while that establishment is open during regular business hours and the value of the property does not exceed $950. So this is typically your beer run. Kids go into a store, grab some beer, run out. There's no force, fear, or intimidation. The value is less than $950. That used to be charged as what's commonly called commercial burglary or second-degree burglary, and it was a felony. Now it's a misdemeanor under Proposition 47. Small value theft, forgery, check fraud. If the defendant defrauds someone, the value is less than $950, it generally can be reduced under Proposition 47. That also helps people who have been convicted of receiving stolen property, or if they have a small value theft that would now be petty theft. In most cases, this would be a prior grand theft charge where the value is $400, $500, $600. Now the value is $950. The repeat offender provision is previously, if someone had a petty theft with a prior, they could be charged with a felony. Now, petty theft, no matter how many priors, it is just a misdemeanor, and Prop 47 will allow the charge to be reduced to a misdemeanor. For the forms and instructions, I'm going to go to properkits.com. properkits.com. That's one of my web pages, and I'm going to look under the Kern County sites, because the first thing you need to do is actually look up your case. Before I get into that, there are free legal help seminars. We do them at the library, the Beale Library on Truxton Avenue. You can find out information about those at kernseminars.com. Right now we're doing the free seminars every Tuesday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. at the Beale Memorial Library. So check kernseminars.com for free seminars, free legal help. Come to the seminar, and attorneys will be there to help you with your Prop 47 petitions. But I'm going to come down here to search Kern County criminal cases. And this screen allows me to look up someone's current cases, but I'm going to go up here to Criminal Case Information Calendar, and I want to look at criminal history by defendant name. Now, I chose a common name so that I could find someone. So I'm going to choose John Jones and answer a little math question. This takes me to a screen of all the people named John Jones who have cases. Well, at least the first 50 people. But you'll notice right away that most of these people aren't named John Jones. And that's because the system looks up aliases also. So if someone has ever given their name to the police as John Jones, it's going to show up here. And I'm going to choose this first person, Ronald Allen Giselle. And this person has a conviction for 11350A, possession of a controlled substance. That is one of the ones that falls under Prop 47. So I'm going to do a petition for this gentleman. The way I get the petition is I come back over here, and I'm going to go back to properkits.com. I know I'm going quickly, but you can pause the video. And I'm going to go to criminal offense, post-conviction, because this is after the person's already been convicted. And under here, I'm going to look at petition to reduce. Use this petition to reduce a felony to a misdemeanor under Prop 47. I click here and it has general provisions, and then here's the forms. I'm going to look down here to the Kern County forms. There's two forms for Kern County, the petition and the petition for resentencing order. You have to complete both of those. If you do a Google search, you're also going to find a response, but that's for the prosecution. You're not responsible for that form. These are the two forms, and I've already started with them over here. So here's the petition. All of this information will be known to the defendant or will be available on this criminal history search that I looked up over here. It's one petition per case. The person obviously knows their name, address, phone number. They need to fill it out as attorney for pro per, put the defendant name here, put their birthday here. Now, the first of the questions that requires a little bit of thought is this a resentence or is this a reduction to a misdemeanor? If the person is currently serving a sentence in prison, in jail, or on probation for the charge, then they want to be resentenced so that the case can be reduced and hopefully they can get out of prison, get out of jail, or get off of probation. For old cases, such as this gentleman's, which is from 1989, we're going to do reduction to a misdemeanor. The case number goes right here. The case number is found right here, right at the top. Okay, the date, this is the date of the hearing, and it needs to be a minimum of 25 court days after the date of service. So count out weekdays, exclude holidays. It's better to give it at least 30 court days just to make sure that you don't miss a holiday or something else. Okay, this section gets a little bit confusing, but it's on this date the petitioner was convicted. So I'm going to come back over here, and disposition date, I'm going to use that for the date of conviction. So I type that in right here. Okay. It says, what was the person convicted of? Health and Safety Code 11350. Notice that it doesn't say safety, it says safe V code. That's because there's an error in the form. I type in Y, it doesn't take it. I can type it in, it's going to cut off the bottom. But I can see here that the person's convicted of H&S. I can type out health and safety. I can type out penal code for someone who's convicted of a penal code violation. So just to make it simpler on this one, I'm going to shorten it to H&S. The court will know what you mean. H&S 11350A. The sentence was, on many old cases, it doesn't say what the sentence was. So it says sentence may not be complete. Hopefully the defendant will know what they were sentenced to. I'm going to presume that this person was sentenced to 16 months. It can be a sentence of probation. It can be a sentence of 2 years. It can be a sentence of 3 years. And then read these sections to see if it applies. If we checked resentencing here, we're going to check resentencing here. But I'm going to check reduced to a misdemeanor. Now, this box is, although a hearing is not necessary, you can request a hearing. Mr. Lampkin recommends against requesting a hearing unless there's something special about your case. If you have a normal run-of-the-mill case where there's no question that the conviction can be reduced, it's generally not a good idea to have a hearing because it can just slow things down and it requires you to go to court. Down here, I put the date that I'm signing the petition. I put the address, city, state, and zip code, and that's all there is to a petition. It's a fairly simple form. On the date, Mr. Lampkin recommends that it be filed for a Tuesday because that's one of the lighter court days. But it doesn't matter. It just needs to be a minimum of 25 court days out. The department, the form when it prints is supposed to say the department, and there's no way to type it in. It just doesn't matter. The court will accept the form. On the second mandatory form, I'm going to put the defendant name up here, the case number, and then this gets a little confusing because it says the defendant filed a petition for resentencing on felony counts, and I put the count right here. The other form doesn't have the count, but it is count 1. Sometimes the defendant will have multiple counts, and they're only requesting a petition be on 1 or 2 of them. You write down the count numbers that the petition applies to. And again, it's violation of Health and Safety Code. This time the form works correctly. 11350, and he's completed his sentence, or he's still serving a sentence. That's it. The rest of the form is filled out by the court. Now, once you fill out the form, what do you do with it? You have to make 3 copies of it. You have the original, a copy for the court, a copy for the district attorney, a copy for the probation department. The probation department should be served even though it's not mandatory because it just helps speed up the process. You're also advised to make a copy for yourself. So you make your copies, you hole punch the original, you take the entire packet to the Kern County District Attorney, 1215 Truxton Avenue, 4th floor, and they will stamp all of your copies and return the original and all of the copies to you except the one that they keep. And then you take it to 1415 Truxton, 5th floor, to the Kern County Probation Department, and you give them the original and all of your copies. They will stamp and return everything to you, the original and your copies except the one copy they keep. And then you take it to the Felony Department, 1st floor, 1415 Truxton Avenue, and hand them the entire packet. It's recommended that you also give them a self-addressed stamped envelope so that they can return the extra copy to you. Sometimes the clerks have time and will return an endorsed copy to you right then, but don't count on it. They're very busy, they have a very difficult job, and there's a lot of these petitions. So help them out, give them a self-addressed stamped envelope. And then all that you have to do is wait until the day of the hearing. We recommend checking on the court webpage, which I showed you how to get to earlier, and look right here on the pending cases, type in the name and make sure that your case is pending, because very often it will be sent to you and the hearing date will be vacated and the petition will be granted automatically. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Please also visit some of our other web pages, 661justice.com, kernseminars.com, and I wish you well with this.